Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you like my new green screen setup. Last month, I published an analysis of drowning risk in Taiwan. This analysis was done using publicly available data from both the Bureau of Statistics and the National Fire Agency. The research was carried out by my father, Jack Lees, who just happens to be a public health scientist. This data showed quite clearly that the long-term risk of drowning in Taiwan is decreasing, the short-term risk of drowning in Taiwan is quite stable, and that the risk of drowning is heavily skewed towards older people and males. My YouTube audience is also skewed towards older people and males, so if you're watching this, please be careful. We also saw that drowning isn't particularly common in Taiwan, making up only 5% of total accidental deaths compared to traffic accidents, which are more than 40%. Before presenting the results, I asked you guys, the viewers, to share with me your assumptions about who is most at risk for drowning in Taiwan and where these drownings occur. The response was overwhelming, with more than 800 people saying that they thought young people were most at risk. This is contrasted by only 8 people who said that older people were at risk, with less than 1% of the respondents having the correct answer. While this isn't scientific because my audience does not represent a random sample of Taiwan, the results were so overwhelming that it suggests a very strong bias in public perception about how drownings occur. Seeing as there hasn't been a reduction in drowning rates for the past 5 years, I can only hope that public perception isn't what's driving water safety legislation in Taiwan, because if so, it will be targeting all the wrong areas. If you want to know more, please watch the video over here, and in this video, I will be answering many of the questions that people had from the previous video. Starting with what do the numbers mean and whether or not I took differences in population sizes into account when reviewing the data. Yes, I did. The drowning rate is presented as drownings per 100,000 population in each age group. This is a standardized metric used in health data around the world, and it allows us to compare risk across different population sizes. This is especially useful because not only does the population size change between age group, but it also changes over time. And so this way we can analyze data over long time periods, even as the population grows and the demographic changes. Some people suggested that while the population rate skews older, because of differences in population size, most drownings actually happen to young people, and that's why public perception is skewed younger. We can check this by plotting a graph of the total drownings irrespective of population size. So, and this is the total average amount of drownings each year over the past 5 years without adjusting for population size, and we can see while it does move the graph a little bit younger, most drownings still happen in middle-aged and older people. One of the most interesting questions was how do the reduction in drowning rates compare to the overall reduction in accident rate over time? This is because pre-democracy Taiwan used to be a fairly dangerous place, with accidents happening more than twice as frequently as they happen today. Although accidents have actually been declining very rapidly since 1995, this huge spike you see here in 1999 is the Gigi earthquake, and we can see another big spike in 2009 from Typhoon Maracote. The slight increase you see in accidental death from 2013 is due to an increase in accidental poisonings, which I assume is mostly related to drug use. To measure how the drowning rate compares to the overall risk of accident, I've plotted drowning as a percent of total accidents in Taiwan. This graph shows that the drowning rate is decreasing much faster than the overall accident rate. While the total accident rate has gone down by more than 50% in the last 30 years, the drowning rate has gone down by more than 80%. Here, the 1999 Gigi earthquake is represented by a sharp decrease in drowning rate, but this is only relative to other accidents during the same year. If we compare traffic accidents and drowning accidents, we can see that the drowning rate goes from a small percentage of total accidents to a very small percentage of total accidents, whereas traffic accidents go from slightly more than half of all accidents to slightly less than half of all accidents. Road safety does not appear to have improved as quickly as water safety. This is possibly due to a sharp increase of motor vehicles during this time period. One hypothesis posed by several people who watched the last video suggested that most of the drowning victims are people who knew how to swim. This is an interesting idea. The NFA data does have a data point for swimming ability, but it is too incomplete to get a clear picture. One thing we can do, though, is we can graph the swimming ability across drowning deaths or successful rescues and try to determine if being able to swim increases your chance of rescue. Here, each bar represents the total percentage, not the total number of cases in each age group, and it's separated by their ability to swim. Bar 1 is able to swim, Bar 2 is not able to swim, and Bar 3 is swimming ability unknown. The color represents the rescue rate, but for the most part, there isn't a significant difference between those who know how to swim and those who don't. But the data does show that younger people are more likely to know how to swim, and this may be one reason why they're less at risk overall. However, swimming ability isn't an absolute measurement, and it may mean different things to different people. Many people have enough swimming confidence to be able to swim in a swimming pool, but are unable to operate in deep water where they can't touch the bottom or strong currents. Whenever I'm traveling with people that I don't know very well, I completely ignore their claimed ability to swim and make everybody wear a life jacket until I'm satisfied that they are safe in the water. I'd really like to thank everybody who participated in the last video. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with me. If you have any more ideas or hypotheses about this topic, please share them in the comment section. I try to read all of the comments on this channel and respond when appropriate. While drowning is not a major cause of death, every death is still a tragedy. It's taken me longer than I anticipated, but I still plan to release some guides for water safety and how to self-rescue. This will teach you some simple techniques for how to stay afloat in strong currents, and also how to judge the currents before you get in so that you don't accidentally get into any compromising situations. Click the subscribe button if you'd like to see more, and if you'd like to support the creation of more videos, you can click the join button down at the bottom, visit my Patreon, there's a link in the description, or you can visit my shop and check out some of my awesome merch. Everything is made in Taiwan because that's just the way I do things, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day.